Alrighty, so this is my ECG reading return video. So I have case one, no, there's my laser. I have case 119. So it says right there, the first thing on here is going to be the atrial heart rate. For that, we count the P waves. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 P waves. And we multiply that by 6 because this is a 12-second paper, but we start here. So that's about 10 seconds, and 10 seconds is a sixth of a minute. So we do the 10 P waves times 6 intervals of 10, and we get 60 beats per minute. The ventricular heart rate's super similar. We count the QRS waves, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those as well. Multiply that by the same 6 for the same reasons, and we get 60 beats per minute. After that is the P wave duration and morphology. I just picked a random P wave in the middle here that looked nice and defined. You can see I have a few lines on that. I thought the P waves looked a little shallow compared to other rhythms that we had looked at, but nothing significant or abnormal necessarily. So you can see here I have this green line. I drew that here. And then to get the timing, I simply grabbed that green line, moved it over, decided it was about half the box. You could eyeball that as well, but since I have an iPad, I decided why not. And so for the P wave duration morphology, I have that it was about half that box, or 0.2 seconds. It's upright, it's shallow, it is rounded. For the PRI duration, I did the same thing. I drew a line right here. I decided that looked about 1 box. I moved it and it is about 1 box. So bring that back, and that is going to, so the P wave, you explain that. The P wave is the base of the wave to the base of the wave. So that right there. And then the PR interval is the beginning of the P wave to the end of that R interval. So there's some overlap with that purple line. So the P wave is from, again, the beginning of the P to the R interval right there. This is the Q. Don't get them confused. And so that was the 0.4 seconds because it's about the length of 1 box. And the QRS duration, back to the same place, the QRS, the Q starts here, S at the top, or R at the top, S here at this bottom. The duration is just from Q to S for the QRS complex. Again, I drew a line, I took it, I scooched it over. That looked like about half the box. Again, you can eyeball it, but since I have the resources, I moved it to double check. So I have about 0.2 seconds for that. 60 beats per minute is on the lower end of a normal heart rate, but it is considered normal, 60 to 100. And so I thought that was normal. I thought the pattern looked normal as well. We had, the regular upright P wave, even though it was a little small, then the QRS complex following it with a very short period here in the middle. And then we had a T wave, or not a T wave, a T interval, and then a U wave following it after, and the U wave looked normal in shape and in duration after the QRS complex as well. And so my interpretation of this based on the visual pattern and then the calculated durations and heart rate is just to be a normal rhythm.